work harder. But before we go, does something feel strange to you? The Order of Truth, one of the main pillars of the Vulgus army, is under attack. Why haven't any of the other legions shown up to defend it? No matter how far this place is from the other Legion-occupied zones, it's highly suspicious there hasn't been any support. Do you think it's because of the solid defense line our forces built? Although we've deployed a lot of troops to guard the Ironheart, the enemy hasn't taken the opportunity to launch any counterattacks. And we still haven't figured out why the number of Vulgus forces have dropped so rapidly. If they have a hatchery, shouldn't their troops be increasing? Oh, this is giving me a bad feeling in so many ways. It feels like the inside of my suit is boiling. I hope nothing has happened to the Medical Corps members.
Mina, Ash, this is Medical Corps Captain Nugent. Please respond. Binns, Ribbon, Jay, please respond.
Let's look for them, Eugen. First, let's investigate if there's anything suspicious about the movements of the Vulgus forces.
Traces of my missing core members are leading us inside. And the organic matter raw material box has also continued down this way.
Valby, infiltrate first, then recon inside.
Looks like there are ambushes lurking everywhere. Best to be cautious.
The way this facility has been arranged is pretty impressive. There's no way you would have known beforehand that it wasn't ground.
That object is the combined Vulgus DNA and organic matter. Destroy it so they can...
The existence of this device means there must be a hatchery. Volby, how are things on your end?
Dr. Han, I found a control panel deep inside the facility.
Alright. Head to the place found and see what you can find. I need to stay here to confirm this. Significant
I'm loading. I'm loading. I'm loading.
was a hatchery. It almost makes sense. Like described in her theory. Even if it's a biocomputer, it'll be in the same vein as any Vulgus terminal. You can get information through your receive. Keep searching for traces of transported human DNA and large amounts of organic matter.
Be careful! An alarm must have gone off somewhere!
Please keep at it just a little longer.
Yo, Descendant. Smash all the stabilizers you see. Do that, and the overloaded energy will blow the entire facility to Kingdom Come.
Harris's prediction is accurate. The energy readings within the zone are rising. I believe destroying 2 more control units will bring the facility's operations to a halt.
This is Eugen. Looks like you have infiltrated deep inside the enemy's area. I'd like to ask you for a favor. We're picking up faint communication signals coming from the central area underground. You should be able to amplify the signal when you're there. I'll adjust the frequency in order to amplify the signal. Please safeguard that position. Gas communications are impossible here.
This is Eckert. There is a way. If you go deeper in communications, relay to your receiver.
We have to hurry, Descendant. The temperature inside the facility is rising.
Nearby. Some kind of energy from the Vulgus is interfering with our comms.
We picked up a strong signal. It looks like both of those jamming communications.
All interference has now been cleared. Initiating broadcast of communications through the Descendant's sieve.
Captain! Captain! I don't want to die like this!
Riven, where are you? How about the others?
We're all together. All together.
I'm on my way. Hang in there. Damn it. There's something even bigger underneath the hatchery. Interference has cleared up, and I've located the last comms from the team. There is a very strong Vulgus signal coming from that direction. Damn it. I refuse to let him die in a place like this, They mean too much to me. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. I need your help. My people, can you help me rescue them?
It's not about can or cannot. It's a must-do. We promised we'd all return together, remember?
Yeah, and I'm going to keep that promise. No matter what.
Loading.
I need to work harder.
Looks like you have infiltrated deep inside the enemy's area. I'd like to ask you for a favor. We're picking up faint communication signals coming from the central area underground. You should be able to amplify the signal when you're there. I'll adjust the frequency in order to This is Eugene. All medical corps members, please respond. I'm nearby. Bobby, I've seen the location of my team member's signal. You take care of the enemy.
Affirmative. I'll follow the locust signal coming from the opposite direction. By the way, what the hell is this? It's covered in biotissue. It's everywhere.
Position of the biotissue is along and excessive. There is something suspicious. The hatchery on the upper level prevents these malignant tumors from growing. There is evidence of limits being placed on soldier production. However, if the production limit was removed and the organic matter was cultivated to capacity, then these types of malignant tumors can rapidly spread. In other words, there is a high possibility that the Vulgus produced an immense number of troops in this facility.
We should gather as much info about
Descendant Squad, do you copy? We can no longer detect RC signal from the surface. Please report your status.
HQ, we've discovered a biofacility in the Order's main base, which is producing Vulgus troops on a large scale. We're investigating it. We've also located the missing medical formation.
Copy.
HQ, it's working.
So deep underground, the comms link is unstable. We should get this mission over with quickly, so we have time to give a report. Vince, I've confirmed your location. You'll see your family soon. Go back, signal them. Don't give up. Out of the way!
The door in the passageway is closed. Look for red liquid nearby. It's a device that should only read Vulgus biodata, but it looks like it's unable to identify the friend or foe because of the tumors. Putting your foot in the door will open it.
Know how to disable the traps?
I'm sorry. I'm not a member of the Order of Truth.
Looks like I'll just have to step in it, even if it is toxic waste.
Be careful. I think the entire facility is spiraling out of control. The path I took looked like that too.
Loading.
Eugen, how are things on your end? Did you find your core members?
I'm still approaching. Nina said they were all together. I should be able to find them. There's been no replies for a while now. Dumbasses. How dare they put their captain through this? Clever when they can never leave without me again. I'll just have to do the heavy lifting from now on.
Eugen, I think this door connects to that side, but it won't budge. How did you open it?
There should be a security device in front of the door. Shooting it should do the trick. More importantly, why is nobody responding? Mina, Vin, everyone, please, respond.
Eugen, I'm trying to tell you, this is...
The cultivating device that generates the Vulgus bodies. It's the same shape as the hatchery above, but with the stabilizers removed. Judging by the size, this would produce soldiers at a speed far greater than that of regular equipment. Bobby, can you give me a hand? If we open this organic matter store, we can gauge how much raw material has been used. Then we can get a rough estimate on how many units have been created. Check those auxiliary centers. There are Vulgus waking up in all directions. Watch out!
Eugen, you need to look for your medical corps members. Go! Quickly!
If I don't do this now, everyone in Outfield will suffer precious little. HQ gravely underestimates the scale of the enemy's forces. Based on my current estimates, the number of units produced here is 20 times larger than all of humankind. Finn! All of you close by? Damn it! The tank is stirring. Nice! Hang in there! I'll be there soon!
This is the high point!
Captain! I don't want to die like this! Everybody's here!
Mina. The Bibles. That monster. Everybody, don't shoot. Don't shoot! Those are my corps members. They're medical corps members. I can fix them. I can heal them with my arcade. Please, don't shoot. I'm begging you.
Eugene, it's too dangerous! And they're already... Ready?
HQ, reporting results of the operation. We've confirmed evidence of large-scale Vulgus production at the Order of Truth's main base. Production scale is approximately 20 times larger than Albion's total forces. Also, missing medical corps members. All members confirmed to be KIA.
Eugen, comms are unstable, but we have received your report. Please quickly return to Albion. Looks like those forces are already on the move. Corell's fleet has arrived.
Feast your eyes upon the road that will lead us home. The time has come. We shall terminate the Descendant Sanctuarity and end my conquest. Remember your final destination. Capture the remaining prime hands. All our parts are within range. When the three paths converge into one, my conquest will be complete. Raise your weapons. Drown the enemy in fear. My power will lead you to victory. Kill the Descendants. Kill them all. Kill them all. Take them out. Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill
All zones in Albion are now on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready, please assemble at HQ.
I was lost in thought. I did wonder where all the manufactured Vulgus went, but I never expected them to be battle-ready this quickly. No matter how solid our defense line is at the White Knight Gulch, against a force that large, we won't be able to protect the Ironheart. And because they've divided their forces, Albion is under threat as well. This is why the Vulgus pulled their forces back from the White Knight Gulch. To make us lower our guard, and to lure us into the White Knight Gulch with the Ironheart. We should head back to HQ. I'll take Dr. Han to the medical corps. Don't worry, I don't need any help. When I got him on his feet earlier, he wasn't heavy. He really is just like paper. I could probably carry him around. He's so light. Did you know that Eugen can't use his Arche abilities on himself? He sacrifices so much for his teammates, and he can't even heal his own heart. I feel so bad for him. But I know he'll be fine. He has you and me, after all. His partners in arms. Don't worry about him. Let's head back. I'll see you soon. That's a promise.
This is HQ. Again, all zones in Albion are on high alert. Any descendants who are operation ready should meet at HQ.
We also need descendants in the Void Zone. Classification type, Pyromania. This is a very stubborn Colossus. I am analyzing the Void Paradox.
This is an important operation. Descendants, Corell's fleet has begun its approach. The predicted attack targets are the White Knight Gulch, where the Ironheart is located, and Albion. HQ's predictions of the numbers of remaining Vulgus forces have been completely inaccurate. To mass-produce that many troops so quickly. Corell lured us into a false sense of victory, then used that to bring the Ironheart into the Vulgus' orbit. Also, after the phenomenon of the light beams near the Hagios, the dimensional wall has been weakening at an alarming speed. The closure of the dimensional wall and this diametrically opposite phenomenon. This might be due to the inversion that Corell spoke of. We're already seeing the Colossi being affected. Descendants, for now, please prepare for an intercept battle. According to Seneca's report, the pyromaniac Colossi are approaching Ingress. This truly is the worst-case scenario. First Corell's fleet, and now the Colossi?
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
If all modules were the same, I'd be out of a job, right?
You need information about the Colossi.
What is it now? The intercept of the pyromaniac has been confirmed. Job well done, Descendant. However, given the current state of the dimensional wall, we do not know what Colossus will surface the next time, or when. Humankind must choose whether to engage in an all-out pointless war against Corell's great army, or face equally immense colossi, which will appear as soon as the dimensional wall disappears. Strategy, tactics, troop numbers. We're at an overwhelming disadvantage in all aspects. If things continue like this, humanity really will.
We can't give up yet, Nell. We have one final option.
Alpha?
Just get to the point. As all of you know, the situation we find ourselves in seems pretty dire. Due to my lack of sound judgment, I fell for Corell's trap. The Ironheart, which I considered to be our only hope, turned out not to be the key to our salvation after all. If we had used the Ironheart in Albion as I stubbornly insisted, I dread to think what would have happened. This situation is one I created. I am solely to blame. Yes, I am the Descendant who was always defeated. That is likely why I was never able to link with the Guide. I should never have become Commander. However, if there was someone who could heed the true calling of the Descendants, then I would let go of everything I have believed in up until now, and put my trust in them. Everyone, I am ordering the destruction of the Ironheart. I will deal with the Magisters. I believe they wouldn't be able to survive without us anyway. Descendants, you need to work with the Guide and carry out any and all necessary operations to destroy the Ironheart. No need to wait for approval from HQ. Just make sure you are as victorious in this as you always are. I'm sure that you will be, as you always have been. I place my trust in you, Descendant. Command, we must move quickly. We need to support the Descendants and stop the Vulgus at all costs.
Descendants, I have heard Alpha's message. I am sorry I'm unable to directly communicate with him. Come with me, Descendants. It is our turn now. Descendants, we are close to achieving our true target. However, as Alpha said, the situation is dire. We must hurry. First, it would be wise to move the Ironheart in the White Knight Gulch to Albion. Albion has put in place defensive measures to counter Vulgus battleships. We should also be able to access the energy required to destroy the Ironheart. But we need an immense amount of Arche to detach an Ironheart which is linked to a Prime Hands. For this reason, most of the Descendants must be sent to aid the detachment. For you, however, I have a different request. Descendant, come with me to where the phenomenon known as the Pillar of Light occurred. When that Pillar of Light took effect, as well as the energy of the Ironheart, I felt a familiar kind of pain, as if my skin was peeling and my flesh was melting. There must be an inverted Ironheart there. Corell would have connected it to a Prime Hands in order to collapse the dimensional wall. We must stop this before the dimensional wall is completely destroyed. We must retrieve the inverted Ironheart. If we fail to do so, even if the Ironheart is immediately moved to Albion, countless colossi will appear throughout Ingress. However, if we take back the inverted Ironheart, the destruction of the dimensional wall will be stopped, and Corell's advance will be delayed. I will deliver the mission to detach the Ironheart to the other descendants. Please go now, to the place where the Pillar of Light was. I will meet you there, Descendant.
Guide, this is Jaeger. I've been dispatched to the Hagios. I'm investigating intel that Aemon, the General of the Legion of Immortality, was recently here. I don't think Aemon appearing at this point in time is a coincidence. I'm sure it's related to this incident.
That is indeed unusual. I'll join you there, Jaeger.
All operation units, check. Mind if we skip the pleasantries, since we're short on time? If what the guide says is true, in order to retrieve the Ironheart that's here, there's something we have to understand first. The entry device to the Hagios Prime hands was destroyed a long time ago, and neither we nor the Vulgus could gain entry. But now they've just sauntered in there and connected the Ironheart to the Prime hands. I think this whole thing has something to do with this intel on Aemon. Here.
This is Zachary of the 22nd Recon Squad. A surveillance drone in the Hagios corrupted zone has tracked the movements of the high-ranking Vulgus, Aemon. We're unable to access the data remotely due to our signal being jammed. The surveillance drone needs to be retrieved for the data to be confirmed. Our recon squad has been scattered by a Vulgus attack. Requesting backup.
This communication was received by HQ a few hours ago. Not long after, a pillar of light appeared in Hagios, and Corell's fleet began to move. I think Aemon found something in the corrupted zone that allowed them to enter the ruins. Looks like we need to find Aemon before we can get the Ironheart. Don't you think I'm the best person for that job? With my arcane ability? The other descendants can help with the mission to detach the Ironheart.
No, Jaeger. We all need to go together. You should focus on your capabilities, while we handle the battle missions. It would be wise to gather intel on the nearby area first. We will need the recon squad's help to establish Aemon's location.
Oh, well, this suddenly turned into a cooperative mission. Well, I guess it should be fine, so long as I don't have to work with loud people like Blair or Luna.
This is Zachary of the 22nd Recon Squad. Zachary, we've identified an allied signal. Please respond.
Zachary, this is the Descendant Jaeger. Received your intel.
Allied signal, please respond. Communications are unstable.
Looks like the jamming signal is still active.
You can't escape.
Take care of the Vulgus. I need to secure high ground to service the communications grid.